Hello? Hello, everybody. Hey, there y'all are. All right, here we are. I've been fiddling a little bit, and I've got something going on. Now I got Boo coming out here. Hold on just a second. All right. Go ahead. All right. Now, back to what I was saying. Y'all know we got the 064 running, and I talked to Russell about what all we were going to do to it. And I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing yet, but I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I got the electric degree wheel on here. I don't know if y'all can see those numbers or not. I got a feeling you probably can't. But anyway, I set up the electronic degree wheel, and I'm telling you what, I like this rascal. So we just spin it right around. There it is. About 74 and a half. About right there. About 130. Let me see. Oh, no, wait a minute. 126. There's a little bit of a shadow in there to see that. This one here, I can't really show you the exhaust as well because you can't move the saw once you get it set up on there. Well, maybe. Let's see if we can see it like this. So we got some light coming through. There we go. I think y'all can see that. That's about 104. There's a little bit of light shines through, but that's basically it. I'm not kidding. This thing is awesome. Joe, I love it. All I did was run it up to the top dead zero on the piston, put it on there, hit zero, and the numbers are right where I figured they would be. So y'all notice I tore some of this apart. I didn't figure there's no point in me showing y'all tearing it apart again since we already tore it apart in one video and got it running. But we do have some different stuff we're going to put on here. So yeah, I'm going to turn the degree wheel off because we don't need it on right now. I may just leave it on there for tonight. I'm almost done with the day. I've already done some other work and some other filming today, so I'm pretty well finished with what I was doing. I was just trying to get a start on tomorrow. So you know, I'd like to get a little head start on the project, and if I can, I'm just going to go on and push that intake through there. There we got our cylinder off. There's our pistones. She's got a little wire on her. But that doesn't matter because I might not be the one we're putting back on. I'm just trying to get some of this going so I'll be ready for tomorrow. This cylinder's got some wire in it. I mean, it does. It's got some wear in it. But nevertheless, we're gonna fix that. So yeah. All right. Well, that's probably about all I'm going to film for today on this one. So we'll get back to it tomorrow. So we'll be back tomorrow, which will just be a flip of a switch for y'all. And it's tomorrow. All right. We're back. Okie dokie. I've done a little bit of stuff since that last video, or the first part of this video, sorry. I've been fiddling a little bit to get y'all where I can make a video. Hold on. There we go. All right. I had a phone call. So, we're waiting on some stuff coming in. Y'all gonna see in another video. So that's all well and good. What I was saying is I've done some stuff because I want y'all to see this thing running, and the amount of time it takes to get to where we're going to be able to get it running in this video. If I try to film all of this, there's no way we'd ever be able to see any of it. But you'll get the gist of it. All right, and here we go. This is a big bore 660 cylinder. We've done a little bit of porting on it. Nothing super drastic because the ports are already large on this cylinder, so I don't have to go super crazy on it. Now we're going to check the timing numbers on it again. I'm going to show you all the timing numbers on it. I have already looked at them once, and they're pretty good numbers. So we've done some porting on it. Like I said, cleaned up the ports, got them where I want them. Make sure they're smooth. That one's actually still a little bit rough right there. I'm gonna have to throw the diamond burr on it just a little bit. This is one of them highway cylinders, and y'all know you got to be careful on the plating on these because it wants to flake pretty bad if you're not careful. So the best thing to use on the diamond, the little diamond burrs. For whatever reason, it does a better job. This is just the bottom of this port right here. It's got a little bit of a scratch to it. That's probably all it'll take right there. That's it. Just enough to. It would have probably been fine like it was, but I'm a stickler when it comes to stuff like that. Now on this saw, we're actually going to run the base gasket because anybody that knows, if you put a big bore kit on some of these saws, they want to act up. So it's going to get the base gasket on it. I've already had it on here one time, and the squish is about 27, and that's where we're going to leave it at. And it should be just fine. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the rings on this thing. Because I do know what the timing numbers are. I was doing a few things, and well, I can't even get the darn thing open. Get it open a minute, I'll break it if I have to. You're coming open. Yeah, it's coming open. hit that ring gap with a file right there, just a smidge. Because it's a little bit crooked. So I ain't going crazy, just knocking the edge off of it because I can see. Oh yeah, I like that a lot better. See what the ring gap is on this one. Oh yeah, that one's a good bit straighter there. But I'm gonna knock just a smidge off of it. I just like to put my file in there sometimes. You don't have to go crazy on them. I got a pretty good eye when it comes to stuff like that. Well, y'all know, if you've watched me long enough, you've seen me tell you what the measurement was going to be and then measure and be within just a shade of it. Yeah, I like that. I just don't want the rings to be too tight. Don't you fall in there. There we go. There we go. Get on in there. For some reason, feels like there's a tight spot right there. Might just be my imagination. I think that ring is just, yeah, it's moving. Sometimes these rings are a little goofy. Make sure you put them on right side upwards. Because if you don't, they don't fit in there well. There we go. Alright. Now, this is a 660 cylinder. And you do have to slot these holes down just a smidge. That one, and that way, and that way, and that way, and that way. So you do have to move them just a little bit. It don't take much. It ain't much at all. But you do have to do it. Now, hopefully, everything's gonna go to the beat of what we want. Like I say, I've already checked it. I have already checked it, so I do know that it's where I want it to be. I'm going to get it all set on here, and then we're going to check it. So y'all will get to see what it is, because I haven't wrote it down yet. I just went over it to see what it was, and I liked it. I just had to do a little work on the ports, shaping them up, stuff like that. So everything should be good to go once we assemble it. Like I say, I know what the squish is, I know what the timing numbers are, and it's pretty good. I can't wait to see how it runs. Now, you have to replace the bolts because you gotta have longer bolts, and I'm using I'm using longer 5mm socket head cap screws with washers because the holes are ground out a little bit, so I thought it'd be a good idea to put washers on there. Hopefully everything's going to be good and ready to go. Once I get this stuck on here. Put a little bit of Earl on it. Smear it all over the place. And getting these rings in here, I may wind up doing this off camera, I don't know, we'll just have to see. But sometimes this is a royal thing. And I got a feeling it's going to be this time as well. I got a feeling it's going to be. Because it usually is. But we will try. I'll give it a good try anyway before I stop and go on to something else. The ring squeezer does make it much easier, I ain't gonna lie. The ring squeezer makes it so much easier. Getting all this stuff shoved down in here and getting the intake through. I want to go ahead and get the intake in there because everything, like I said, should be on par to where I want it to be. Now I got the intake on the block. Stick it down in there, and then you just kind of take your little pliers and sort of work it through there real gently. Just don't tug on it real hard because you can destroy it. You can destroy it. It is not the right one. That is the right one. That one started. That one started. That one started. And that one started. All right. Now, for some reason my big flick keeps jumping out on me. Alright, this is all I do. I rock it back and forth and kind of split the middle. We're going to split it. We're going to turn the thing on and hit 0 and not move the saw. So we're going to check it. We got to rack it down. down. Ordered 660 cylinder. All right, now our exhaust is at 101. It was 105. Now it's at 101. So we're going to keep going. Right there is the transfer. We're at 127. Trans 127. We were at 129 with the upper cylinder. Alright, now this is going to be the tricky one here. Right there should be it. I can actually see it. Alright, we're at 84. 84 degrees. Alright, so stock we were at 74. Now with this cylinder we're at 84. Transfer stock was 129 and 127 with this cylinder. And exhaust was 105. That's 101 with this cylinder. So those are our timing numbers. This saw ought to run pretty good. Now we've got to finish. I'm going to turn this off. That degree wheel, Joe, I ain't kidding, buddy. That thing is amazing. I am going to change this key though. I'm gonna saw the end off the key and make it longer. But I love it. Joe, Dyno Joe has these things. I recommend it. Learning to use it is a little bit of a thing to start with, but getting it set on top dead center was a little bit weird to start with, but other than that, I didn't know how to do it, so, you know, had to figure it out. But, yeah, I think we are well and truly on our way to making something that's going to run good. And I got to put a decomp in it too, so make it easier for them to start. Alright, let me get the flywheel and check this stuff out, because I think we might have to do a little bit of grinding once we get the cylinder on. Alright, we're getting there. I got the decomp in it. Had to drill a hole in the top cover. I didn't film it because I didn't want everybody to see it. I know somebody's going to be upset that I drilled a hole in this top cover. It's what the man wanted, so that's what he got. So I did put a fuel line in it. I just took the old fuel line out, cut the ends off of it, ground it out and put a piece of Echo fuel line and used the old fuel line as a grommet. Because I had a phone call and I've been on the phone for a little bit. I don't know if any of y'all, well, some of y'all, I'm sure you do, you know Brandon, he's having some issues with his meal, and he called me. I've been on the phone with him for about an hour and a half. So we're trying to work out a game plan on taking care of that. Because I'm an equipment repairman as well as doing this, and I do emergency repairs and stuff with my friends. Try to help them get their equipment back going if they have any trouble, which he's having some trouble, so I'm helping him get it back going. Now, after changing after changing out to the 660 cylinder, I no longer have to run the shim that I made to go on that 650 or 064. I know, but it's just one of them things. It's just one of them things, y'all. I mean, you either do or you don't. We did it. Now we don't need it. But I didn't know that, so we got her done. That's the main thing. I'm going to tickle this muffler just a little bit. I'm going to open this hole up just a little bit right here. I ain't going to film it because a lot of y'all, it hurts your teeth to listen to it, but I'll be back in just a second. We got a few things to do yet before we get it fired up. All right, let's stick this muffler on here. Remember what I said last time. Anytime you get ready to put these mufflers on these steels, start the 2 bottom bolts in the holes before you tighten these up on the cylinder. And if you do that, then you usually don't have any issue getting the bolts in the holes. One, I like to get them started, then push the muffler up where the holes line up good. Make sure the holes line up in the port. Take these back out. They come out loose. No tight spots in them, so this is the one we repaired. I put a little shorter bolt in there because sometimes them helicoils want to grab on, and I don't like that, so I put a little shorter bolt in it. I ain't gonna swear we won't put a pipe in this thing, but right now we're gonna do it this way. Right now we're gonna do it this way. All right. Now this thing was a little bit floppy on me. Sounds really dry, so I'm gonna undo it. We're gonna pull this out of here. You can hear that spring in there. You could hear the spring unwinding like it was dry. So apparently it is dry. We're going to go ahead and pull this out of here. See what we got in here. Oh yeah, that spring's still unwinding. I ain't kidding y'all, it's still unwinding. Here. Oh mercy. I know what I'm fixing to do is not a good idea, but I'm gonna do it anyway. All right, we want it going that way. This spring is sticky, so I ain't even kidding. It is sticky as all get up. Okay. You don't always have to do this, but, well, I'm not gonna halfway this just cause it's aggravating. But you need to kind of keep up with where you're gonna put your spring, because these springs can be real cumbersome to take in and out. This one I'm memorizing which way it was as I pulled it out. Of course, sometimes you'll see me. We'll go ahead and put it in wrong and then have to redo it. Hopefully this one won't be the case. I'm going to lay it out there where it came from. I'm going to clean this out because it's filthy. Now I'm not going to put grease back in here. I'm going to put a little bit of penetrating oil, because I don't want it to be getting hard over the years. I just want it to be lightly lubricated. A lot of times they put these springs in dry now. And I ain't gonna swear that's a good thing or a bad thing, but they don't get as cruddy whenever they're dry. I'll put it that way. If you have one that's got grease on it, then that grease is going to attract stuff to stick to it. So a little bit of light penetrating oil or something like that is what I normally go with. This side cover is kind of dirty yet. I've scraped it clean, but I can't get it all out. I got to go down there sometime and fix the cleaner down at Dad's, the cooker that I've been using over the years. It's having issues, and well, that's why we hadn't been down there to use it recently, is because it ain't working. So it makes it hard to use when it ain't working. And brake cleaner costs too much. But you can see now, that's paint wore off, but that's a whole lot cleaner. There might still be a little stuff right around the edge, but it ain't much. It ain't enough to be in the way. It ain't enough to be in the way. We'll go ahead and clean that out of there anyhow. All right, now what we're going to do, we're going to hold this thing and try to run it back in here. Now, this is probably going to be a not so easy task because of the way it goes in there, but we're going to give it a try, and hopefully once I get it where it needs to be, I can just twist it a little bit to get it set right, hopefully. I know somebody's gonna say you make that look too easy. It really is this easy, y'all. It's just years of practice to get this easy. It's not that it's hard, it just takes some practice. You put as many of these rascals in as I put in, it starts getting easier over the years. And I've done this hundreds, if not thousands of times. We're just going to take a little Lucas penetrating oil that keeps coming loose. And we're just going to put just a little spray on it. just kind of get something on there. I'm gonna take an air hose. Blow the majority of it off. Throw that in the trash or the floor, whichever one you consider. Now, hopefully, I got this pretty close, which I did. I'm sorry I can't show y'all exactly what I'm doing, but I'm just trying to get the spring back into place like that. Now, hopefully we can just wind this back up, and this ought to get us close. If you can wind it up before you put it in the cover, as much as you can wind on there is the best. See, now it already functions. It'll already function, but it's got some slack in it. So we're gonna drop these back in here. Put this back on here. Whatever you do, do not lube this piece here. Do not lube this thing, because this is a friction drive, and if you lubricate it, then what does lubrication do? It stops our friction from working. See, it'll already work now. So we just got to pull this up. We're going to go 1, 2. Just twist it around 2 times. I feel a little weak. We're going to go 1 more. Pull this up, turn this around, holding the rope. Now, yeah, now it don't goof around. And then you want to watch. Make sure them pull out and retract. Out, in. That thing's getting a little wear on it. I mean, this thing started a few times. I ain't kidding. I ain't kidding y'all. We're getting down to getting close to seeing if it'll fire off again. But we've still got a few things to do yet. So don't get too excited. The hole for this thing was stripped and we got to fix that. So that's what the decomp pushed. Oh. All right. I need to find the screw. So let me see if I can find the screw. Then I'll bring y'all back, because we're already getting close to 40-some minutes long, and I know y'all want to hear it run. All right. Let's go snug this up. all I did was the little screw that was in there that was stripped was short, and the hole was about twice as deep. So I just opened the box and got a longer screw, and it run in and hit the bottom. So I just ground just a nub off the end of it and used about half the hole was stripped and about half the hole was still there. So I just used the lower half of the threads because it's a 4mm, no reason to overcomplicate it. That'll hold it on there, keep it from falling off. We got the new fuel line put in it. Put the new gaskets on it. Everything's set up and ready. Let me get this done. Had somebody hollering at me. So. All right. We're just about to the point where we can fire it off. I'm sure I probably can now. Y'all want to see what it sounds like? Let me get some gas in it. All right. We got some gas in it. Got the decomp pushed. Got my padding sitting up here on the table. So, yeah. Let's see if she'll make some smoke. Oop. Where was the decomp out? Sounds good. Clutch bearing's in good shape. All right. Let me find up the rest of this stuff. We'll see if we can find a bar and chain. We might have to take this thing out to the woods and see what she'll do. All right. I know exactly what you're thinking. Hopper, that bar is not big enough for that saw. Well, you're right. It's 20 inch. That's what we got. So we're going to head out to the woods here in a minute. We're going to give it a shot and see how it does. So let's go. All right, here we are. It looks like it's gonna come up a storm, and I've got to go get Boo Baby from school here shortly. So we're gonna try to fire this thing up, make a couple of cuts, and see how she does. Well, there we go. Now tune it a little more with the air filter. I ain't gonna be able to make more cuts. My back's hurting too bad. I will probably put a 7 tooth on it and do away with that 8. It's squeakies. I don't like an 8 tooth sprocket for that reason right there. You'll have a lot of that. Oh, rubber mouse is squeaky on that thing. All right, y'all. Y'all don't forget, if you made it this far, look down in the description below. You'll find a link to our apparel store and to our Facebook group called Hopper Nation. There's all kind of stuff going on in there. I hope y'all are enjoying this stuff. If you are, like, subscribe, whatever. Don't cost you nothing. And it does help us out. It helps us get more views so more people can see what we're doing. And we try to help everybody out that we can. So, all right, I'm going to close this up because I've got to go get the truck fired up. I got to run up to school and pick up Boo from summer school. So, y'all have a good day. Stay safe. Be kind. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. God bless. Bell Hopper out.